Kindergarten Parent Informational Meeting. It's a little bit different this year. We're going to be bringing it to you virtually, but we are excited for what we have in store for tonight. We are going to be sharing a presentation just to help introduce everybody to what they can expect from kindergarten this upcoming school year, and hopefully ease a few concerns along the way. We're going to be going into a lot of information about various topics. Hopefully we will be able to answer a lot of your questions as we get ready to embark on this new adventure together. My name is Travis Lavery. I am the principal here at C.H. Campbell Elementary School, and I'm going to put our presentation up so that you can take a look at that and see it. Mr. Flood, go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Michael Flood, principal of Hilltop Elementary. Pleased to meet everyone. Can't wait to meet you guys in person, and looking forward to next school year, as it's hopefully going to be different than this year.
All right, so I am going to go ahead and put that presentation up for everybody so you can take a look at it. And we're going to be talking about the various aspects of the presentation as we go along. So welcome to kindergarten, everybody. It is going to be an exciting adventure. A little bit about our elementary schools. You have a couple pictures there. There is C.H. Campbell Elementary up on top, and that's me, Travis Lavery. Down below, you have a picture of Hilltop Elementary as well, and Mr. Flood just introduced himself. Mr. Flood's going to talk for a moment here about kindergarten readiness. Mr. Flood, take it away.
As we go into next school year, you're probably asking yourself, is your child ready for kindergarten? And we're going to go over the age requirements and everything, but in order to make that determination, you know, if your child does go to preschool right now, I would definitely get recommendations from your preschool teacher, see if your child is ready for kindergarten. Also, just basic needs that we look for going into the school year, simple basics as having the child brush his teeth, him or her teeth before they come to school, shower or bathe, you know, daily, and just know they're ready to come. Any personal needs, safety needs, social and emotional needs, you know, please reach out to us at any time before school starts so we could jot that down, so we can make sure your child is perfect. And we accommodate all those needs before the first day of school.
There is a link at the bottom of that slide of the presentation, and that presentation will be posted for everybody once this meeting is done. That link will take you to the Ohio Department of Education's Getting Ready for Kindergarten. This is their checklist that they have for things that your child should be able to do prior to coming to kindergarten. And as you go through there, you can see some of the basic skills that we would expect that a child could do on their way in. Child may not be doing all of these things right now, and that's okay. But it is some things that you may want to work with them on over the time between now and when they would come to kindergarten. In terms of age requirements, a student must be 5 years old by August 1st, 2021 in order to enroll. And some people may have some questions about what happens if their child is too young at that point to attend kindergarten. But you know, every indication is that they are completely ready and able to come in. The early entrance process is the way that some children can start kindergarten a little bit early. This is what that process looks like. We would ask that first of all, you reach out to your building, speak with the principal just to get some more in-depth information about what this process entails. But it involves a referral. Typically that is going to come from either the preschool or from the parent. After that, we do an individual IQ assessment with that child. We do some achievement testing in reading and math, social emotional rating scales. In the past, we've done preschool observations. Those most likely will not occur this year due to the COVID-19 pandemic and some of the issues with going into various preschools in different settings. And then there's a team meeting at the end, and we work through something called the Iowa Acceleration Scales, and we utilize those to help us guide that meeting and guide the conversation. It really is a conversation between the parents and the members of the school. It's a team decision, and we talk about it together. There are some critical items that a child must meet in order to be passed forward into kindergarten early. Some of those things involve the student IQ being at least a 115 or higher. There's also some other things. A lot of them have to deal with if a child was a twin. That would be that they could not be accelerated into the same grade as a sibling. So you have a child moving into a grade where their brother or sister is already located. Or if they have a child in the same grade, so a twin, and they're going to be moving forward while the other one would stay behind. Or even if the student just indicates that they don't want to go forward, they don't want to come to kindergarten this year. Those are some of the critical items that Iowa Acceleration Scale looks at to determine if it's going to be a good fit for each child. So we called this slide Kindergarten 2.0. And that's kind of what to expect from today's kindergarten, because no doubt about it, kindergarten has changed quite a bit since the days when I attended and when many of you may have attended as well. So taking a look at what all-day kindergarten entails. In terms of academics, you can get an idea of what those kindergarten state standards are. Those are at the bottom of this slide, and you can click on those. If you do, that will take you to Ohio's learning standards. And as you go through there, you can click on the kindergarten ones and really get an idea of what we're going to be working on this year in kindergarten. What that entails for their typical day, and what is their typical day going to look like. It's going to start off with 90 minutes of reading instruction daily, and we use Fontes and Pinnell and a balanced literacy framework here at C.H. Campbell and Hilltop. And what that means for our kids is it means we're trying to help them read in various different ways. We are looking at each child's individual reading level, and from there, those children can do some independent reading with books that they can be successful with. They can also do guided reading. This is small group instruction with their teacher, focused a little bit above their current reading level. And that really allows our teachers to push those childs forward, have some difficulties that they can encounter, some challenges that they can encounter as they're reading. And the teacher uses those teachable moments to teach those children how to overcome them and how to move on to reading more difficult text. In addition to that, our teachers use shared reading, and the shared reading opportunity allows them to really teach a lesson using various books. Sometimes those books may be quite a bit above the child's individual reading level, but that is another way that we help push them forward. They also get 90 minutes of mathematics instruction daily. We utilize a conceptual mathematics program called Bridges, and that program, it's math a little bit different than the way we're used to it. And with that math program, again, the way that I usually talk about this is a long time ago, the pinnacle of any car that you could have possibly bought back in 1980. Well, if you went out today, you probably wouldn't be too impressed. And cars have changed, the technology has changed, everything has changed from then to now. But yet a lot of us still expect things like mathematics to stay the same. And our conceptual mathematics program, it really helps our kids talk about mathematics. They have conversations about it. It's not just learning a set of procedures and a set of steps that they can implement. The students really have to understand it. They really have to know exactly what is important about a mathematics problem and how to pull out the important information and how to use it in various ways. We teach them multiple ways to solve problems. And I mean, I'll say just in the time that we've had this program here, I have even become a better mathematician. My mental math prowess has increased exponentially from where it was when I even graduated high school or attended college. So it really is impressive with what our math program can do. And we partner that with some great parents, with some great children, and some amazing teachers. And really, the sky's the limit there. Science and social studies, those subjects are integrated into the reading and math instruction. So it may not be a particular lesson every single day. We do have some individual specific lessons for science and social studies, but a lot of those concepts are integrated into the reading and mathematics. Specials, as of right now, we offer art to our children. We offer STEAM. This stands for science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics. And the STEAM class is really focused on solving complex problems, becoming good problem solvers. It's really helping kids think outside of the box. Mrs. Hawkinsmith has been teaching that this year going into the classrooms. Our goal for next year is that we are going to have maker spaces built in both elementary schools for the start of the school year, so we can really push this program forward and help our kids learn things like coding and utilizing robots and engineering and all the concepts that are involved in that. We're very excited about that program that's going to be coming next year, and really excited about everything that we've been doing in that area. So that's going to be a lot of fun for our children. We have music education as well, physical education, and this year we started guidance lessons in the classrooms as well, teaching our students about social emotional learning. Some of the basic routines, class sizes, they typically fluctuate from year to year depending upon enrollment. I've seen them go as low as 18 kids in a class. I've seen them go up to 24. We try to keep it at 24. We've had a few years here in a row where class sizes have gone a little above that, which is not our ideal, but we've been making do, that's for sure. A lot of times parents will ask, well, is it just the classroom teacher in that classroom with those kids? And the answer is yes. And we have some amazing teachers at both elementary schools, and our kindergarten teachers are more than willing to accept that challenge. And it's amazing. Within a week, every kid, they're walking through the hallways and they're all in a line. They're following the teacher's instructions. The teachers work really hard, but we've got some amazing kids and they do an excellent job. Lunch every day is available to the kids. We offer a hot lunch. You may utilize a couple of websites on the Canfield Local Schools site if you go there. We have the Yum Yummy app that allows you to follow all of your children's menus. We also have an online pay system that you can load funds into your child's lunch account, and those can be withdrawn as the kid buys lunch every day. They have recess every day for 30 minutes, and we also have a snack as well. You will notice on there, a lot of times we get the question of, do the kids get a nap time as well? We do not have a nap time for our children. For some of them, it takes a little bit of getting used to not having that break in the middle of the day, but the kids do adapt quickly and do an excellent job.
Schedule and calendar for next year. You could always go to our school website. It gives you all the information, but school hours 8:45 to 3:30. Again, you could go to our district calendar to see all the updates throughout the year. And August 25th and August 26th are key days, not just for the students, but for our teachers. Students come in here, our teachers go through random tests so we understand where the students are and we know what to expect that year and how to progress them throughout the year. So our main goal is to use those days as good days to see where our child is so we can move forward and definitely make progression throughout the year. August 27, 2021 will be the first day of school. Looking forward to meeting everyone next year and very excited for meeting the new students coming in at kindergarten.
You can access that district calendar on our website. I would highly recommend printing that out and having that readily available. That is going to be something you're going to be referring to a lot. And those first couple of testing days, we will set up an appointment for you to come in with your child. And those are one-on-one assessments that are handled with the teacher. In addition to that, we also will be testing with the kindergarten readiness assessment. This is a statewide test that's administered during the first 2 months of school. And it is not just a test the kids sit down and the teacher assesses them once. These are things that are looked at over that 2-month period. things like social skills, how they're interacting with others, looking at their language and literacy skills, their math skills, science, social studies, motor development, physical well-being. It's really a holistic assessment that's looking at all aspects of that child, not just looking at their academic skills. So the KRA is a test that we typically will get results. We submit them at the beginning of November, and we will share those results with our parents during our conferences.
Transportation. This is, going into this year, we recommended most parents to drive their child to school to stay with the social distance. Hopefully that does change for next year where we do utilize the door-to-door busing. That is very, unique here. And, to get your child here safe at school every day, busing is the way to go. So, we definitely want your student to be ready by 7:50. Buses leave at 3:30. And give us a couple weeks just to, bus, routes with traffic, bus rider or drivers trying to get used to everything. Just be patient with us for at least the first couple weeks. But soon as after about 2 weeks, everything will be pretty much on time. Car riders, if your student usually rides a bus, but it's going to ride the car that day, just send a note and usually or call by noon. That helps us get the kids organized. We don't want to leave any kid behind where sometimes, they're young ones, so they do make mistakes and say, I was supposed to go on the bus when they were supposed to get picked up. No need to worry because we stay here and wait for them till a ride does come. But we know there are some mix-ups. We just want to make sure we have everything in place throughout the day so we'll organize and get those students home safely. Doors open up at 8:30. And for dismissal, we start around 3:15, and that is more for bus riders. And, we want to just stagger it a little so the buses aren't running into car riders and we can make a smooth transition. Walker contracts, again, this is elementary, so we want to make sure every student gets home safe. So if you want your student or your child to walk home, please just contact one of us so we can give you that contract and discuss where your child is walking and how they're getting home if someone's picking them up. Because again, we want to make sure every student is home safe and sound.
And I just would like to reiterate that first week or so, the buses are always running late. We do not let those buses leave until we're sure every kid is safely on the correct bus and going home the way that they're supposed to. So that takes a little bit of time, extra time at the beginning of the year. Typically, we have our kindergarten teachers help out with making sure that those kids get right to their bus. We even have some additional tutors and other people that walk those kids to the bus that first half of the school year, typically, to make sure that those students are getting exactly where they need to go. We have people that are there to help support those kids because it can be difficult. And I would like to also just give a quick little warning to parents. A lot of times parents want to get a lot of pictures on that first day. They want to get pictures of their kids arriving at the school. And if you decide that you wanted to come to the school and take some pictures of your kids as they arrive, that's wonderful. We do ask that you not follow the school bus the whole way, though. We've had that happen some years in the past where we've had parents follow the school buses and creates a little bit of a safety issue. So we would just ask that you turn the other way down the road and head and meet back here. I promise you'll beat the bus with all the stops that they need to make along the way. So go ahead, Mr. Flitt.
Thank you. Volunteer opportunities. This is a big thing. We do have an amazing PTA. School doesn't start in August for us. We're already planning ahead for next year. Both of us, we have sat down with our PTA and gone over a game plan on different activities that we want to hold next year. So please get involved, share some ideas. contact your child's teacher because they're always looking for help. You know, we say 25, 24, 25 in a room. It would help if we could have a parent that helps out all the time, maybe donates or volunteers, or just give some different ideas that we can make a difference in your child's life. Again, please get involved, contact your school, or look on the website on how to get involved because PTA is a great opportunity and we really appreciate them big time.
We really do. PTA have been the silent heroes this year, helping out with this pandemic and not really being able to go into the classrooms like they usually do. And we are so grateful for everything that they have done. And typically speaking, in a regular school year, we have a lot of volunteer opportunities through PTA with the parties and decorating and book fairs and everything else, yearbook committees, doesn't matter. There are tons of ways for you to get involved. I always say, if you're at home and you want to be involved and you want to help out, call the school and we'll definitely get you involved. We've got a lot of chances for you to come in and have a good time and be a part of your kids' education, even more so than you already would be. So that brings us to registration. In terms of registration, we would ask that if possible, you register at the building that your child will attend. We're going to start opening that up on our website tomorrow. So if you come back to the Canfield Local Schools website, you will be able to register your child, sign up for an appointment. Those appointments are going to begin on April 12th, 2021. That's right after our spring break here. And they're going to be continuing on throughout the school year, but then also into the summer as well as people continue to register. So you're going to want to get your appointment and come in. Everything that you need for registration is located in the registration packets that are also going to be posted on our website. You'll be able to download all those forms in advance. And we would ask that you take some time to get that information filled out when you do end up coming in. So fill it out in advance, bring it with you. That'll save you having to sit out in your car and fill out the rest of it. What all else should you bring with you on that day? First of all, we would say bring your child. We do some screening on that first time that you bring them in to register. Our school nurse will sit down with them and do hearing and vision screening with them. They're just screeners that we do with all of our kindergarten students. And then if there were any needs, parents would have an opportunity to get those taken care of over the summer. In addition to that, the nurse will also be meeting with you at that time to go over any possible needs that your child may have, any medications that would need to be administered during the school day, any health issues that need to be addressed or taken care of. So definitely bring your child on that day. Bring your registration paperwork, have it already filled out when you come in, your child's original birth certificate and original social security card, the parent's driver's license, and it's very important that the person that comes to register is the parent or guardian of that child. This is not a day that you would be sending in grandma or grandpa to register the kid. So the parent should come with their driver's license and have that available, as well as a proof of residency. So this could be a handful of things. It could be a purchase agreement for a home, a rental agreement for an apartment or condo, or any utility bill, gas bill, electric bill, water bill, it doesn't matter. And also immunization records, and have those ready. If there is any custody paperwork, that would also be a good thing for you to bring in with you so that we have that on file if there are any needs there as well. So the big question, what comes next? So what now? Getting ready, there's a handful of things that you can do between now and when your child starts kindergarten. Come visit the district and building websites, get familiar with those. One of the most important parts of our website is going to be the quick links that you will find. And there's a lot of information in there that you can get to, including things like registration packets and other things. I'd say over the summer, come and play at the playground. Give your children opportunities to come and experience what CH Campbell has, what Hilltop has, play on the playground so they're familiar with that. If you can schedule a tour, if we offer them this summer, that would be another thing. We did not do tours last summer due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Hopefully we'll be able to have some of those this summer though. I definitely recommend scheduling those though. Call in advance and get that tour set up for you and your little one. Success by Six is a program sponsored by the United Way, and the Success by Six program that allows children typically that did not have preschool experience to come and get an opportunity to see what a school day would be like and learn some of those basic skills. In addition to that, we also have some other children that we would typically invite as well. And if you are interested in the Success by Six program this year, we will definitely find out, number one, if your child has preschool experience or not. Children that do not will get first priority. After that, we would look at any parents that come with a referral from their kids' preschool. So the preschool teachers at the end of the school year said they would really benefit from the Success by Six program, and they think that they would like them in there. We will give preference to those students. After that, we will be looking at any parent referrals without that additional recommendation from a preschool. So that's who we are going to be looking at to qualify for that. In addition to that, the PTA is going to be sponsoring Safety Day on August 24th, 2021. You should get information on that when you register. Safety Day is a great event. The kids end up having a chance to talk with the police department about waiting for a school bus and the safest way to do that. They meet with the fire department traditionally, as well as we have a station talking about health and washing your hands and why that is so important. Definitely more important now than ever. In addition to that, we have a back to school shopping that will be coming up closer to the beginning of the school year. Supply lists will be posted online. Those are not posted yet, but we will be posting those online so you can get your shopping done over the summer. And finally, at the beginning of every school year, we have a meet and greet as well. And that's another opportunity to get ready for the upcoming school year. So that brings us to the end of our presentation. And I'd just like to thank everybody for attending tonight virtually, a little different than typical. So thank you for attending. And we are going to be looking at any of the questions that have been posted on the YouTube feed to see if there's some questions that we could answer. And yes, that is a shameless picture of my son that I just had to throw in there. I typically, I can't help myself. So just as many of you probably would not be able to as well. So thank you so much. Mrs. English, you can take it away.
Well, wonderful job, guys. This is definitely a little different. We have a few questions that are coming in for us. The question we're being asked most right now is, which building do kids attend and how do parents know?
There is a list that has all of the various streets in Canfield, as well as numbers assigned to the houses and which building you would attend based upon your address. So that list is going to be posted online for our parents tomorrow. And they will be able, if you have questions about where you're going to attend, that's definitely something that you should take a look at. After you've reviewed that and you've verified that this is a school you should attend, that's when you would go to the website and schedule your conference, your appointment to come in and register.
Okay, I think this one's for Mr. Flood. We're being asked if Hilltop provides a bus pickup at Valley Christian Old North location, and if so, do you know the time of the pickup and or the drop-off?
Yes, I looked into that. I talked with the bus garage today, and I actually have the information for Hilltop and CH Camel. Hilltop pickup will be 7:48 to 7:50, and drop off would be approximate 3:50, and that's it for Hilltop. CH Camel pickup will be around 8:16. And PM drop-off be 3:49 approximately. So again, be patient the first couple of weeks as we try to look through these routes. But as of right now, these are the times. And, if they do change, we'll let you know. And another thing as we're going through, any other questions that you think of, maybe later on tonight, whatever, and And you could reach out to both schools, and more than willing to answer those to help you feel safe, ready to go for next year.
Okay, gentlemen, we're also being asked about the before and after care program. Specifically, how do parents sign up for that if they're interested?
So a few years ago, a handful of years ago, Canfield Local Schools partnered with Zion Christian Church to offer before care and after care. It is housed at Hilltop. However, historically, we've been able to have people from both CH Campbell and Hilltop attend. There is a shuttle bus that takes students that would be at CH Campbell Elementary from Zion Christian over at Hilltop over to us every day. That information on how to register for that program is going to be posted on our website as well. So you will have access to that. You can look at who to contact. Zion Christian handles all the registration, all the payments, and everything else for that. But we do house it at Hilltop, and that's there really to provide a service to our community, to have a before and after care that's on Canfield campus.
With the COVID restrictions, if parents are able to come and schedule a time to bring their child to the school, can both parents attend, or would it only be one parent?
The way that we're going to be handling it is similar to how we handled it this past summer at this point. Until further guidance comes from the state of Ohio, we're keeping all safety precautions in place. So when parents arrive and bring their registration paperwork in, again, you should definitely bring your child with you on that day so the hearing and vision screenings can be completed at that time. But after you have dropped off your child will be met at the door by the nurse and the secretary. The secretary will take all the paperwork. Mrs. Poole or Mrs. Milligan, our nurses, will escort the kids in, do the hearing and vision screenings, and then return them to you promptly. Parents are going to be waiting outside the doors, though. They are not going to be entering into the buildings, as we haven't been having parents enter into the buildings since all this began at the beginning of the school year.
Mr. Lavery, that takes us right to our next question for either you or Mr. Flood. Some of our parents are wondering what we have done since we've been in school 5 days a week from the beginning. What precautions do we have in place for COVID?
Well, one of the biggest things, we have a very supportive superintendent who went over and beyond our expectations, keeping all students safe. We have barriers for every student. Will that be up next year? We're uncertain. But this year, everyone had their own little dividers where everyone was safe. Students must wear a mask in the building at all times. We do have mask breaks. Teachers had some professional development on that at the beginning of the year. We do scan and take everyone's temperature as they walk in the building every day. And again, if there's any symptoms, they go right to the nurse. And we have hand sanitizers throughout the building. And, classrooms are cleaned daily to make sure every student is their place is safe the next day, and all kids are, feel comfortable.
There have been various other safety measures that we put into place as well. And I think it's important just to note that we are going to continue to follow all the recommendations that are released by the Ohio Department of Education, the CDC, and really we work in collaboration with our local health department for Mahoning County, and we follow their guidance. We're in contact with them constantly about all the procedures and protocols that we're putting in place. We have some amazing contacts over there that help us every step of the way. And although all of these things were put in place this year, there's a chance they may not be in place next year. We don't know what next year is going to hold yet with the continued rollout of vaccines with COVID-19 and how it changes as time moves forward. We're uncertain as to what that's going to look like. But again, we will continue to work with our local health department to make sure that everything we're doing is in line with their guidance.
Okay, gentlemen, we're going to stick with the COVID theme. We are being asked, parents know that there is virtual kindergarten this year. Do we know if there will be a virtual kindergarten option next year?
We're uncertain at this time, honestly, of what next year is going to hold. We did offer the Cardinal Digital Academy this year. It was a new online virtual program that we offered to all of our community. We really need to wait and see how this progresses over the summer, how it progresses over the next couple of months. Again, the continued rollout of vaccines is going to be critical. We are going to be monitoring the spread. The one thing that I will say is we have had very little student-to-student transmission that we are aware of within our elementary schools, which is a very big positive. But again, we're going to continue to monitor that. We're going to continue to work with the local health department, and those decisions as to whether that virtual option is going to be there for next school year for our parents, at this time, it's an unknown, but you can rest assured that we will keep you informed throughout the summer months.
Thank you. Switching gears here, are there assistants in the kindergarten classroom or just the classroom teacher?
It's just the classroom teacher. We do have certain aides that go in the classroom for certain students' needs, but it's primarily the teacher there. We do have title teachers that go in the classroom, pull out. We have different tutors throughout the building that might visit the classroom, pull out a kid and talk to the kid, and tutor the kid, but it's primarily the teacher.
Yeah, these are master teachers. They are excellent at what they do, and they are more than up to the task of monitoring, not to mention educating 25 kids. So it's amazing. Once again, we hope that those numbers are a little bit lower for next year's class sizes, but our teachers have proved time and time again that they can not only educate that many kids in a classroom safely, but they can really drive their instruction forward throughout the year as well.
We're going to stay along that same line. We have a parent asking us, their child has speech and occupational delays. Is there evaluation for IEP or special accommodations in kindergarten?
Absolutely. All of our students' special needs, whether they're coming to us with a pre-established IEP or whether one is put in place, we do occupational therapy and speech evaluations, more informal ones at the beginning of the school year with all of the kids, where we're looking to see if they have any occupational needs that may not have been noticed yet, any speech needs that may not have been noticed yet. As those pop up, we communicate directly with the parents about what we are seeing and what we think would be beneficial. Sometimes it's informal support that we offer to that child. Sometimes it's more formal support with an IEP, which is an individualized education plan to address that child's needs. So those are definitely in place. If your child's coming to us with a pre-established individualized education plan, we are going to be reviewing that as would have happened in the past in preschool, and we are going to continue to move forward. We have some preschools run by the Mahoning County Educational Service Center and housed here at CH Campbell, and it's a pretty smooth transition all the time. Not to mention that, but if your child, again, has that IEP already, there are transitional meetings that will occur prior to the end of this school year for transitioning your child from their current preschool environment to Canfield schools to make sure that there is no interruption in services for that child.
Thank you, Mr. Lavery. One final question here. We are being asked, is kindergarten only offered full day or is there a half day option?
It's a full day, and we want to get the best out of your child. Kids are tired when they go home, but they also have fun while they're here. So it's just not all academics. It's definitely making memories for the student as they're here at school. But it is all day, and we look forward to seeing all of them next year.
That's going to do it for us with questions, gentlemen. If you have any final comments, and we are actually underneath our hour, so bravo.
I just wanted to thank everybody that attended tonight, and if you're attending in the future, thank you as well for taking the time. again, if you have any questions prior to the start of the school year, do not hesitate to give us a call, send us an email, or communicate in some way. We are here to help you with this transition. I know that it's a big deal. I had a couple of kids that transitioned to kindergarten a couple years ago, and my youngest just transitioned this year. And it can be a big deal, and it can be a lot of stress on parents as they're trying to figure out what the best decisions to make are and what they should be doing. But know that we're here to support you every step of the way. If you have questions, please do not hesitate. Reach out, contact us. We'll spend some time talking to you and helping alleviate your concerns and answer any of those questions so we can be, ready for this upcoming school year. I'm excited to meet the new kids. I'm hoping for a few less restrictions as to what we've had this year. So hopefully that will be in place as well. But definitely excited to meet all of you and to meet all of your kids and get them in here and start learning.
And I'd like to second that with Mr. Lavery, what he just said. We're excited to see your child come next year. This past year, seeing the kids grow from day one to right now, truly amazing. And, we couldn't do it without the support with you guys at home. So any questions, concern, reach out to us right away. And we want to make next year very memorable and make this a happy time for them. And very exciting for you as the kids enter school.
Gentlemen, you mind if I jump in?
Absolutely.
Parents, this is Superintendent Knoll. I also wanted to thank you for jumping in our virtual informational meeting. And like I've told folks numerous times, your kindergartners are going to be in great hands. You've got two fantastic principals here that are looking forward to welcoming your child next year. So thanks again for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Knoll. Have a great day, everybody. Have a good